Well, for the latest, it's all happening in Canberra. Angus Taylor's gone to say to Sussan Ley, it's on, I want your job. Cameron Redden, what have you got?
But we can't mince with words.
Oh,
the Liberal Party is at the worst position it has been since 1944 when the party was formed. That is a confronting reality and we cannot ignore it. We have failed to hold a bad Labor government to account. We've seen a collapse in Australians' standard of living. We've seen a failure to protect Australians' way of life. Australians want better from the Liberal Party. Our supporters, those that have voted for us, and those who might have voted for us at the last election, as well as Australians more generally. I think Australians generally understand that a strong Australia means a strong Liberal Party. We must have a strong Liberal Party if we're going to have a strong democracy in this country, and we're going to hold this bad Labor government to account. The situation right now is devastating for Australians, and for that reason we need to urgently restore confidence in the Liberal Party. That means we need strong leadership, clear direction and a relentless and courageous focus on our values. As a first priority, we need to protect Australians' way of life. We need to focus on restoring their standard of living. I don't believe Sussan Ley is in a position to be able to lead the party as it needs to be led from here. I've just a few moments ago tendered my resignation. I will continue to serve the Liberal Party and to work towards getting to where it needs to be. If it is to have the strength to make a contribution to this great nation, the kind of contribution that he has conventionally, traditionally made. Happy to take a couple of probes. Yes.
This is the biggest gamble of your political career. Yeah. Have you got a new policy direction, or is this simply a hate job?
Well, as I said, what we need right now is strong leadership, clear direction and a courageous focus on our values. And the first two priorities, probes, should be protecting our way of life and restoring our standard of living. I think Australians have seen failures on that under this Labor government. They clearly have, and they want better. And we see that in our communities, we see that wherever we go. That will be the focus.
What did Sussan Ley say in terms of timing? Yeah. Just in terms of timing, is there a vote tomorrow? Is there a vote Friday? Did she say I'm not having a spill? Did that come up?
This is about my resignation. That's what I'm talking about here.
If I could just ask, it's almost 7:30 now.
Yeah.
No, we've been out here for a little while. Why has it taken a few hours, quite a few hours since the Herzog meeting and so on? What's been happening over the last 3-4
Well,
hours?
it was important that the Herzog meeting happened without interruption. I think out of respect to that very important meeting and that very important visit, I think that has been important. But look, the process here more generally for all of us has been to talk about the future of our party. As Liberals, we want to see a strong Liberal Party, and we know that means we need strong leadership, we need clear direction, and we need to focus relentlessly on our values. And that has been the focus of discussions I've been having in recent times with my colleagues.
Mr. Taylor, to be clear, what exactly will you do differently from Sussan Ley?
Well, I think I've already outlined much of that. So the focus will be on restoring our standard of living and protecting our way of life. That's what Australians want to see, and you'll hear more from me and others, I'm sure, in the coming days about that. Cam, we'll take one more question from Cam.
You're a senior member of Sussan Ley's team. You say she's lost the ability to lead. What responsibility do you take for the position the Liberal Party is in?
Yeah, I think we've all got to do better. The party has to do better. We have let Australians down. Whenever we're out in the community, all my colleagues, I hear the same thing. When we're out in the community talking to whether it's our branch members, our supporters, or just Australians getting on with their lives, we hear time and time again that the Liberal Party needs to do better. I fully understand that, and that is why I think the current situation is unsustainable, and it's why I've made the very difficult, just hear me out, that's why I've made the very difficult decision that I have tonight. But I tell you what, I am absolutely committed to restoring confidence in the Liberal Party, to ensure that Australians regain confidence in the Liberal Party and steering the Liberal Party back to where it needs to be if we are to have the strong Australia that I so much believe in. So thank you very much, everyone.
Sussan Ley had a fair go.